Welcome to In Your Neighborhood. I'm your host, Charlotte Brown, and on today's show, we are speaking with VON, the Victorian Order of Nurses. My first guest today is Lori Voth. Lori is the Care and Service Manager of Home Support for VON Canada here at the Thunder Bay branch. So thank you for being on the show today, Lori.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit about what VON is and what you do here in the city.
Okay, so VON is a home care agency and we provide a variety of services to clients in their homes. So we go in to see them with nursing, with social workers and also with personal support workers. We provide a variety of care from nursing care, post-op, pre-op, diabetic health, that kind of thing. And we also do personal care to assist people who maybe need assistance with bathing, getting in and out of the tub, or they need assistance in making meals or medication reminders. And we do have social workers who also go into the home and provide assistance in that way as well.
Right, so you're really working with all ages. This isn't just a service for seniors. This is all kinds of care.
That's right. We actually have a growing pediatric shift program right now. So we see medically fragile children both in the schools and in their homes to provide respite. Our nurses will sit with the clients at the school all day and provide nursing care throughout the day, and then we do visit them in their homes at night to provide respite for their parents as well. And then we see older people right through adulthood and into the elderly ages as well.
Right, and let's talk about kind of your staff. Like, is this a large staff? Is this a big need and a growing need in Thunder Bay for needing assisted care?
Our PSW program is growing quite rapidly. There are more people who are staying home now as opposed to years ago. People don't want to go to long-term care. They want to put it off as much as possible. People want to stay in the home that they've been in for their lifetime. So the personal support program is growing. People are needing more assistance to remain independent and to avoid hospitalization as much as possible.
Right, and VON is, because I checked out your website, it's across Canada. It's a big organization.
And we're actually celebrating our 120th year this year. So VON Week is the third week of May, and so it's a big celebration for us this year for sure.
Yes, and is there certain activities or things that go on, or is it just to mark that, you know, VON has been an essential service here in Canada for that long?
Well, we're doing a little more this year. We are having an open house, and we've invited a lot of city officials and other agencies to come and celebrate with us. Each site across Canada sort of does their own celebrations, and we all sort of celebrate toward one standard theme for each year. So we do things in our office. We have open houses with the staff. We do some education. We do a variety of different activities throughout the week.
Absolutely. And I'm curious a little bit about your background and how you chose a career with VON.
While I was going to school to be a nurse, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I actually was sort of focused on obstetrics and pediatrics and that kind of thing, and we were picking our placements, and I knew for sure I did not want to do VON. That just was not on my radar at all, and that's where I got. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a shot, and I never looked back. I did my placement there, my final placement. I loved it. I got a job immediately. I worked in visiting nursing for a couple of years, and then the manager job came up, and I applied for it, and here we are 12 years later.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful story. So you mentioned PSWs, which are personal support workers, and let's talk a little bit about why their role is so important here in Thunder Bay.
Yeah, so like I said, people are wanting to stay home more now and not having to go to long-term care. We want to try to avoid hospitalization as much as possible. People don't want to be in the hospital. People are living longer. They're coming home with higher needs now when they are in the hospital. And people are just needing more assistance. So some people talk about that sandwich generation where people are caring for their children and their elderly parents, and sometimes they just can't do everything. So the PSWs will go into people's homes and assist them with things to keep them in their own home. So I mentioned earlier helping them with personal support. The person might just be unsteady on their feet, might be a fall risk, can't safely get in and out of the bathtub. So the personal support worker will go in and assist them to safely give them their bath or their shower that they need. Sometimes people don't have the manual dexterity to maybe open their blister packs to get their medications out or to prepare a meal properly. So the PSW will again go in and do medication reminders or medication assistance or to help prepare a meal and that type of thing. They are getting to do some more activities now that we've never done before. The nurses delegating different acts like insulin administration or catheterization. And these are all things that used to be medical intervention was necessary, but now they're activities of daily living that people would do on their own if they could do it, but again, maybe they don't have the manual dexterity. So it's not necessary that a nurse goes in to do it, but they do need the support from a PSW.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've seen so many ads for PSW workers. So is it because of an aging population, because of kind of that baby boomer growing population that's aging? There's such a high demand now, it seems like.
There is. Right across the city, it's a huge demand for PSWs, and it seems like we can't keep enough staff. As soon as we get to a point where we think everything's going well, we sort of get an influx of clientele, and then we're hiring again. So we do need PSWs at VON. I know that the other agencies in the city as well are looking for PSWs. And then there's the long-term care homes and the hospitals. And again, because people are living longer and are requiring more care into their older years, PSWs are really important in that.
And I think that's so important is I don't think anybody ever looks forward to going to a nursing home. Like, I think that's always everyone's goal, is to be able to stay in your home where you're comfortable, where you know your surroundings, where you have kind of your space and your things, and that you're able to stay in your home as long as you possibly can.
Yeah, and we do palliative care in home too, so people will live out their lifetime in their home. People choose to die at home, and so we try to provide the care for them so that they can remain as comfortable as possible right up till their final days. People do want to stay home. They want to be with their own things, their own family. They want to be able to live their lives as independently as possible, but they do understand that sometimes assistance is needed. So you're right, people are trying to avoid going to long-term care sometimes. Not everybody, some people choose that, but some people just want to stay where they're most comfortable.
Right. And I'm curious in terms of if somebody's looking for care or somebody's watching that, you know, their parents have hit that age that need the help and maybe they're struggling to take care of parents. Are there costs and things involved? You know, is VON, is it a registered charity? Kind of how do those things work?
Well, VON's a not-for-profit organization, so we are a registered charity. We get the majority of our referrals through CCAC, which is the Community Care Access Center, and that's a government-funded agency as well. So people wouldn't have to pay for their care if they were referred through CCAC. But we do also have private pay available for people if they needed more care or if it was something outside of what CCAC could provide for them. Most of it is covered under private insurance if you do have private insurance. So there's always something that we can try to work out with the person to ensure that they get the care that they need.
Right, because what I've heard from people, and I have a lot of friends that's at that age where you said, you know, they still have children to take care of and they have aging parents, that caregiver burnout is a huge problem.
It is, and we do a lot of respites in our PSW program as well, which means that we will go in for a shift of 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, sometimes more, to allow the caregiver to get away, to get appointments done, get groceries done, just get out and do something that they want to do and have a break from having to provide that 24-hour care, and they can be comfortable knowing that their loved one is being taken care of and is safe.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but we're going to be right back with Lori and talk more about VON.